Hey, good morning. It's Friday morning, and I'm over here at the laptop, and I'm just packing up a few items that sold overnight. I sold this package of hair curlers. I got it from my friend Tom in a box of junk. I advertised it as being gross and hairy, yet somebody still paid $8.50 free shipping. I also sold this little slinky dog. I think I got this at the Salvation Army for $2. The buyer paid $14.95 plus shipping, and he's all in at $28.13. I think it was a couple of days ago I listed this Donnell tweed wool hat. I got this at a yard sale with a bunch of other stuff near my house that one day a few weeks ago. I had it up for $29.99, but took an offer of $20 plus shipping, and it's going to Maine. So that's all I've got going out right now. I'm going to pack this stuff up, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Saturday morning. It's pretty early. It's about 7:30 probably. I've only got one item going out today. It was an awful day yesterday. I had 0 sales all day, and I spent a couple of hours going through all of my 600 and something listings, putting best offers on, getting rid of like really stale stuff, just pulling it so I could throw it away or donate it. So I did have one sale, and it's an item that I reduced the price on, and it's this Beauty Rest sleep tracker. I had it listed at $59.95, but apparently there's a lot of people selling it a lot cheaper, so I put mine down to $42.99 and it's sold. Unfortunately, it's priority, so it's going to cost like $10 or $11 to ship it. So let me ship this, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I appreciate your patience with me this morning. It feels like I'm doing like 35 things at once. I was trying to get all the trash collected so my dad can go to the dump later. I think I finally fell asleep last night around 2:30 or 3 a.m., but I kept on waking up, so not so great of a night of sleep. And some of you guys are probably thinking I probably don't need to go out today because I've already got plenty of stuff and everything, but it's going to be cold before you know it, and trying to go out and find stuff like this is not going to be that easy, so I'm just basically storing as many nuts as I can for the winter. I'm not sure what's happening today. I really don't have a whole lot planned. I did go on the local newspaper website, and I found about a dozen yard sales. So I tried to group them into as best of a list as possible, so I'm not driving around all over the place. Directions really aren't my thing. I'm not so good at them, but I'm going to try to do the best I can. I got a hold of Eric yesterday. I wanted to see if he wanted to go out picking. I texted Tom last couple days, and I haven't heard from him, so I'm just assuming he's probably busy at home or working or whatever, just doesn't have a whole lot of time for picking right now. I'm going to try to get a hold of him later because I got this pasta machine that I promised him, and I want to give it to him, and I've got to return his nice IKEA bag. So what I'll probably do is hit that auction tag sale they have sometimes. I talked to the people last week, and they said they just kind of have it every Saturday, so I really don't know if they're going to have it. They don't really post it anymore, so we'll go check it out. I hope they have it because it's almost 20 miles away. So I'll go out there, see if I can't score an item or two. I might hit Tom's dump, and then I'm going to see if I can't find something at these garage sales. So wish me luck, guys. Let's see if we can't go make some of that money. All right, guys, so it's about 10:05 right now, and things are not going that good. I went down to that auction tag sale, and there was nothing there except for one item. I got a pasta maker, I think, for $3, and the only reason I wanted that was for the parts. I decided to shoot down to that dump in the city where Tom lives, and the lady said I can't take anything since I'm not a resident, and I said I'd just be quick, and she said, oh, I can't let you take anything, but I'll let you take something this time. And I'm like, nah, I don't really see anything. So that was a little bit frustrating. I'm probably going to have to end up sitting down with the city attorney out there. I'm still not sure they're allowed to tell me I can't be on public land. It would be the first piece of land that was public that I couldn't be on in America. And I have a really hard time believing the dump is that one place. I've already been to a couple of garage sales, and I haven't found anything. It's all been real junky. I got a few more to go to. I'm just going to keep plugging away. Hopefully I can find something. This is turning out to not be such a great day. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Hey, what's happening, guys? I just got back from this 2-family yard sale. I don't know how well you guys can tell, but they got a bunch of stuff over there and to the side. I found a couple of good items, and I'll share that stuff with you later. I just don't have time right now, but we're going to shoot over to the next sale and see if we can't find something. Talk to you guys in a bit. I'm over here at this estate sale, and it was a complete travesty. And sadly, this truck is kind of lopsided in its parking, and I'm not sure if my van is going to be able to get through there okay or not. There's really nothing in the estate sale. Everything was like junky and overpriced. They had like a Ninja food processor in there for 75 bucks. Just not really my kind of place. I'd rather go to Jim's estate sale. Check this out, guys. It's so busy over here at the Salvation Army trying to get out of here. I'm number 5 in line. Number 6 is over here. This guy's like, move it, you bastard. I'm gonna get out and smack you. I'm gonna crack you one. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm out here hanging out with Mr. K, and we're enjoying this beautiful day. What do you say, Mr. K? Isn't it a beautiful day today?
That's great.
It was a little chilly earlier this morning, but it ended up being pretty nice all day. Anyway, I picked up a few items today, and I just figured I'd come out here with Mr. K and show you guys what I got. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video that I found this pasta maker at that auction tag sale. I ended up paying $3 for it, and the only reason I got it was because the parts do pretty well. It's probably about 40 or 50 bucks worth of parts in it. I'm not going to sell the machine because it's too heavy, and too many bad things can happen, and I don't want the liability. I ended up going to a tag sale, and I found this really cool hat. It's made by a company called Knox, New York, and I paid $4 for it. I think Mr. K likes the hat too. You look pretty damn handsome in that hat.
Yeah, with the
my man.
with all the stuff going on and everything.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hey, what do you got there? The happy hour? Nice.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one looks a lot like that hat. It sold for $131.96 plus shipping. So maybe we can get something close to that. But here's another one that sold for $49.95. And even if I just get that, I'd be happy with it. I also got this rice cooker. It's made by a company that I've come to like called Zoriushi, I believe. I really don't think I'll make very much money on it. Although I think I could probably get about 25 plus shipping. We'll just have to see. The lady seemed like a very trustworthy lady, and she told me it worked, and I trust her. At that same sale, I also found this Panasonic pencil sharpener for $1. I've never actually seen one of these before, but it looks like they're selling for about $25 free shipping. At that same two-family yard sale, I picked up these 4 cups. And when I saw them, I was like, what are these things? They're so cool looking. And what they are Rubbermaid heatables. They're definitely vintage. I've never seen them before, but they looked very interesting. 2 of the cups had 75 cents on them, so I asked if they were 75 cents for the pair. She ended up selling them to me for $1.50, but I gave her $2. It looks like a set of 2 sells for about $26 shipped, so I should be able to sell all 4 in the neighborhood of about $50. I found this nice Mizuno glove at a yard sale. She had $1 on it, and it looks like one recently sold for $34.75. Oh, what do you got, Mr. K? We getting ready to pull these off? All right, so these things are looking pretty good. We got the beef on there, all kinds of different vegetables. I think the viewers would probably love to have supper with us tonight. What do you think, Mr. K, huh? Think they'd like that?
I hope they enjoy it.
Probably not you vegetarians, though. Hey, what do you think? You think you'll ever turn vegetarian?
Oh, no.
No? Probably not, huh?
No, there's no chance.
I can't say that I blame you.
Yeah.
Can't say that I blame you, good sir.
No, I like my meat.
Yeah, me too. I also picked up this Franklin glove. Franklin isn't as good of a name as Mizuno, but I don't think it's terrible. And for $1, I'm willing to take a gamble. I didn't see any that sold, but one's listed for 30 plus shipping, and there's another one listed for 16 plus shipping. I'm not sure if it'll sell, but I think I'll get something for it. I shot over to the Salvation Army today, and I found this package of snow mushers. It's made by Muttlux, I think. And I guess they're like little snow gloves or waterproof gloves for dogs. I looked this one up, and they're selling for about 30 bucks. I paid $2.55 for this, so I think I'll probably be able to make some money on it. Just not this time of year. Also at the Salvation Army, I picked up this really neat vintage sun lamp. I tested it, and it works very nicely. It looks like this was manufactured sometime between 1985 and 1986. And I love seeing this right here. I ended up paying $5.10 with discount. It looks like these heat lamps can sell for between $50 and $60, so not too bad. I ended up shooting over to the More Than a Thrift, or MTAT store, and I found a few video games. First one was this game called Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox 360. It was $3, Video games generally are $2. This is the first time I've ever seen her mark them at $3, so I'm not sure. Maybe they're just raising the prices of video games. Not that they get them too often, but I do like buying them when they get them. I think this one sells for between $20 and $25. This one is called Neopets, The Darkest Fairy for the PlayStation 2. I think this might also be about a $20 game. And it actually comes with the original memory card. And there was also this copy of Tekken 5 for the PS2. I don't think this one's a very expensive game, maybe like 15 to 20. But I still think there's some profit on these. But a lot of times with video games, they actually go into my collection. And I usually only just sell them when I want to buy another video game, although I really haven't had time for video games in a while. But I'll probably still put them in my collection. So I would say it wasn't terrible. I was a little bit underwhelmed by today. I did travel a little bit, and I found a bunch of sales that were junky. I guess that's just part of it. I also got this box of knives. It came with a very nice walnut case. They're called Gerber Legendary Blades. The blades look like they're in pretty rough shape, but these actually do sell really well. I'm going to have to clean this stuff up a little bit, but I think they should do okay. She said they're actually very sharp. It looks like you could actually sell the box for probably $15 plus shipping. And it looks like somebody paid $38.88 just for 4 knives. I'm not sure how many knives are in there. There's probably like 6 or 8 knives in there. The lady really wanted me to buy them. I think she just had so much stuff. I really wasn't interested in buying any of her knives, but she said, would you just take this for $1? So I looked them up and said, sure. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I found today. No like big time home runs, no big boxes of Nintendo games. I ran into Jimmy today when I was at that garage sale buying those knives. He was driving out of there, and I was just walking from one sale to the next. He told me he had already filled up his vehicle 3 times today. He told me that he found a big box of NES games for $50. With Jimmy, I have a tendency not to, believe everything I hear. I'm not saying he's lying, but if he's telling the truth, he finds more video games than anybody else in America. I run into this guy 2-3 times a week, and every time I talk to him, he's telling me he found a big box of video games. Either he's doing a little bit of Pinocchioing, or he is truly the luckiest man alive. Anywho, guys, I'm going to go eat some kebabs with my dad, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Hey, what's happening, guys? I'm over here at the light table. I'm just kind of hanging out a little bit. Just having a little bit of that nighttime coffee to get me wired up before bed. I was just over here reflecting on the day. I wish I would have found some better stuff and more stuff, but for the most part, it wasn't terribly bad. I was a bit disappointed at that auction tag sale today. I did drive like 23 miles to get there, and so I thought it would be like banging, but I think it just depends on what they get for the week. And this week, it didn't seem like it was very much at all. I really am glad that I decided to hit those garage sales that I found in the newspaper. They weren't fantastic, but they had some solid stuff there. And the good thing is, it was stuff that most pickers aren't looking for. I went to this one sale on that list, and I just got out of the van and I walked up to it, and I looked around, and the only thing they had was a Cuisinart food processor in a box. And I asked him, hey, how much is the food processor? He said, oh, I gotta go ask my wife. I'm like, forget about it. You go ask your wife for what? Here's a couple bucks. Have a good day, So he goes in, and a few minutes later, he comes out, and he's like, she wants $25. And I was like, I said, maybe I'd give like $3 or $4 for it, but that's about it. So I left it, and I'm sure he brought it in at the end of the day. I'll probably just end up getting it to the Salvation Army when it gets donated in a couple of months. I was a little bit down in the dumps today when the lady told me I couldn't come without Tom. I've been there so many times, even Tom thought that I could probably go there and they wouldn't really care. But I guess if I don't have Tom with me every time, they don't like it. I was very kind to the lady, and I said, can I ask you a question? What about the stuff that doesn't get, nobody picks up, by Tuesday night? You guys throw all this stuff away Wednesday. What about that? I mean, that's just, costing you guys more money. And I said, I'm not actually bringing anything here. I told her I felt like I was kind of helping out. But I guess she was saying that some of the other people, the citizens, might be upset if they thought that somebody else was getting something they wanted. That's not really keeping in traditions of the New England way. The New England way is all about sharing and giving. That's pretty much who we are. since I like to go to this place whenever I can with Tom, I decided I didn't want to create a scene, so I just told her okay. But this is certainly not over. One of the things I like to do is get video for my YouTube videos. And one aspect of my videos is recording what I get from dumps around New Hampshire. So one thing that I understand about this is I have a right to be on public land and take photographs and video. I mean, this is pretty much just basic understanding of your civil rights. One thing you have to understand is a lot of times cities and municipalities will make policies, but those policies don't trump your rights under federal law. And one example would be, let's say you like to travel throughout the United States, and one of your hobbies, for whatever reason, is going to libraries. You like to go to libraries and maybe sit around and read a book for an hour or two. And you're 100% within your legal rights to be there. The librarian can't come up to you and say, "Excuse me, are you a resident of this city? We only allow residents to come into the library." Or if you were to go to the police station or the city hall and ask to speak to somebody, and they stopped you and said, "You can't come in unless you're a citizen of the town." I think if you guys found out how often cities and towns violate people's rights by telling them they can't be where they can be, you'd probably be shocked. And people are actually filing lawsuits with the city and winning pretty regularly. But I think I'm probably going to be able to get this worked out without any of that type of escalation. Honestly, I'm a busy guy. I really don't have the time to be going to the paper, and picketing and all this stuff. But I did sit down and write a quick letter that outlined some of my concerns. And I asked the clerk if they wouldn't mind passing the letter on to either the city attorney or the city manager and get in contact with me. That way I can seek some redress. But anyway, I think it's all going to work out fine. The problem for me is, as a full-time reseller, it's very difficult to find, quality items on a regular basis living in such a rural area. I pretty much count on all the resources I can find to help me survive out here. So whenever I feel like my money's getting messed with, I always get a little bit frustrated. I'm just going to try not to worry about it and try to stay as positive as possible. I've definitely got some items I need to list this weekend. I probably won't go thrifting for a couple of days. I'm just trying to get as many items listed as possible so that I can try to tackle these slow days. I forgot to mention that I heard from my friend Tom today while I was at the tag sale, and unfortunately he had some family business and wasn't going to be able to hang out. I kind of wanted to get his pasta maker to him today, but I'll just have to catch him next time. Maybe if he's not busy, he'll send me a text Tuesday and I can go down there and give it to him. Hitting the dump on Tuesday before 3 o'clock is very important because the next morning they throw everything away. And then that money's just gone forever and it's such a sad waste. But what are you going to do, there's probably like millions and millions of pounds of good stuff getting thrown away every year. Hell, I bet if we were to go through all the dumps in America, there's probably like billions and stuff that could be resold on eBay. We're never going to get it all, guys. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to stop yapping and get to work. I wanted to say thank you to everybody for watching the videos. I recently hit the 50 subscriber mark. And for me, that was a pretty big deal because, I just don't get that many subscribers. So I really appreciate everybody's support. Everybody's been so kind. And as always, if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you guys enjoy the video and you wouldn't mind, just give me a thumbs up and we'll talk to you next time. You guys have a great night.